On today's episode, we will be discussing why Australia has banned social media for kids under 16.
It's a big news.
So, everyone is talking about this landmark law passed by Australia banning social media for under 16s. Namita, what do you think? Are we in India next? UK? Greece? Who's next?
I would love if that happens, to be frank. Although many countries are thinking about it and applauding Australia, the enforcement of this law is hard, Simrit, with if you keep in today's digital world. And social media has become an inescapable part of our children's life and our life, or teens for that matter. From TikTok dances to these Snapchat stories, it's easy to see why kids are drawn to these platforms. Even us too, we get hooked onto these reels when we start watching. But while social media can be a powerful tool for connection and self-expression, it also comes with some serious risk that we all see these days.
Yeah. So we get it. Like, kids love social media, and what's not to like? We all love social media. And how many times on Talk to Us Today have we discussed that, guys, stay away a little bit from social media because number one, flash, it's addictive, guys. It is addictive. And this constant stream of notifications and likes and holding your phone all the time. I genuinely feel that relationships, even marriages, are taking a hit, getting more disconnected because of the phones and social media. I've seen couples who don't use it. I still have a few friends, and they are so much better connected. They're still sitting there, opening their bottle of wine or having a cup of coffee, just talking to each other. Their phones are nowhere to be. It makes a difference. So this constant stream of notifications and likes, it makes it hard to look away. We're addicted. What's really interesting is how social media offers kids a sense of connection, belonging. So we all get it. Oh, we're there, we're getting, but for kids, it's, they're figuring out who they are, who their friends are. Social media provides a space to connect with peers, share experiences.
They need recognition through social media. Like, they want to be noticed. Yeah. They want to be part of the talk,
But they also form new friendships through this. People are dating through online. It's really difficult things, and we're all getting isolated, right? Gone are those neighborhood parks. Gone are those neighborhood places. We don't let our children walk out of the house anymore. So by the time they turn 18, they still haven't found the physical space, except for school, to connect with kids. Here comes social media. This is not just their fault. There's a whole difference in the society that at least you and me are living in, right?
Yeah,
so it's helping them fit in.
Yeah, there's a big shift. So, yes. Yeah. And, Simrit, it's, fine. But what's even more worrisome is that social media opens the door to more dangerous issues like cyberbullying. Kids can face harassment or bullying in a way that wasn't even possible before the digital age when we were there. And whether it's through mean comments or private messages or even public shaming, the harm caused by cyberbullying can be long lasting. And again, there is no adult supervision to monitor what's happening. Plus, the social media being 24/7, that bullying never really stops. Right?
Right.
And it's not just something that, happens at school or it can follow them home. It's not that. It
can follow them home. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a tough reality. And, many kids struggle with the emotional fallout from these online experiences. It's heartbreaking, especially because they often don't have the skills to cope up with this kind of trauma, with this kind of bullying, experiences.
That brings up an important point. Do we adults have the skills to deal with cyberbullying? We don't have the skills. Oh. How can we expect 13, 14, 15, 18-year-olds to deal with it? So let's say we were bullied as a kid in school. Some bullying was okay under the garb that, just, you be a part of a group. And it's not really bullying. It's making fun. We were tougher. But then became the real bullying. So what would parents do? Either the kid would be thrown out, or we'd pick the kid up and put him in another school, another district, whatever it was. Now that cyberbullying is there, that's staying online forever. This is really
dangerous. Yes, and Simrit, the worst part is when these kids record these bullying incidents and put it on social media.
the viral
especially
videos. Right?
it's just not about talking about, oh, this happened to this boy or that, but there's this showing the live video. I think this is really, really
And then the
hard.
memes and the reels. And
it
so
never goes.
another
Once
issue,
anything comes on the internet, it stays forever. It is.
that's what I said. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I agree with you. This is something we all understand, and parents aren't getting it. Adults aren't getting it. Legislations are not getting it.
No.
One of the biggest issues that kids face, and we've had a whole segment about this, click the button ahead because it says that it's called FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. Social media is doing this with adults, but imagine what kids are going through. Oh, they went to a birthday party. They went here. Oh, these kids have gone here. Their images of friends hanging out, going on trips, but you're not
My
there.
life is,
you want to be
my life is so boring. I have nothing.
My life is boring. Oh my God, I didn't. And then that emotional trauma again. We as adults, we have phobia, right? We don't want to be invited. But when they're invited, when they're not invited, it makes them feel like their life is somehow lacking something.
Yeah, definitely. FOMO can be really isolating. And on top of that, social media makes it incredibly easy to compare ourselves to others. And that's what they're doing. For kids, these comparisons can be overwhelming. And they see what others are doing, how they look. Oh my God. Right. But Simrit, you and me knows, when I for sure, I've seen people, okay, we are in a same party situation. And when these people post the reels and we know, oh my God, it was not like that. The way, it was being pictured in the social media, how they
posted. 100%.
Like, oh my God, it was such a boring party. And look, how they made it like, so this tells
I agree.
Yeah, so our kids needs to know that it's not whatever.
But they don't, right? This is age. It's an age thing, right? Exactly, that's why for under 16, as an adult, you want to feel FOMO, fine.
So I think we just have to make them sail through this phase somehow.
So one of the things is to make them more resilient. Now the phase is not till now. Cyberbullying can affect you up to 25 until you're really an adult. So as parents, one thing is we have to learn how to make them more resilient. We have to teach them the difference between what is right on social media. We have to teach them how to decipher the images they're getting online. And the biggest problem we always say is communication, guys. Parents, teachers, mentors, older siblings, talk to the kids. Teenage years is tough. I never want to be a teen again, no matter what everybody says. It's very tough. You're trying to fit in. Your hormones are all over the place. You're hitting puberty. Everything is happening. You guys, us as adults, need to teach them. Yeah, this is fun. But remember, this is like TV. This is like a movie. Even though the faces are familiar, the scenario is not real. Okay? And we have to make them more resilient.
Yeah, and we have to make them digitally aware of what is real, what is unreal, And with this age of AI, it's very difficult to say what is real, what is unreal. So they don't have to believe in whatever they see. In fact, they should just believe in physically what they see rather than anything on social media these days.
Yes.
We need to make them aware of the cyberbullying or not talking to strangers, not really, thinking, oh my God, I've got an Australian friend. Oh, yes, but find out, is it this person is actually Australian or not? Or, how.
Not only that, when they're dating online, people are sliding into each other's DMs. So scary, guys. You don't know who this is.
Exactly. We need to educate them.
So open and honest conversations about social media are really important. Legislation. So what do you think? If social media was controlled for under 16, how many parents would follow through and allow? I mean, there's going to be, I don't know how Australia is doing this. I need to study more about this because the kids already, there were certain age limits in Facebook and Instagram, but kids were lying about their age and going ahead, and parents were okay with this. Parents aren't checking their kids' phones regularly. They're not checking the kids' bags regularly. Just like when the older generation was bringing home drugs or cigarettes, and you guys would check the bags, check their online presence. I really think it's important.
No, I'm sure.
Respect their privacy. This is their security.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure Australia must be, I think it's from the, basis, like from the middle school onwards, they must have keep a tab. And I think if any child might have been found on the social media, I know it's tough. It's tough because most of them have already been there. They're so used to social media. And well, when there's a will, there's always a way. So absolutely, they'll always find out how to get through this phase as well. And
so
I think
as parents, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned is absolutely right. Open communication. There should be emotional support And if something like this happened, where to have to go to, whom to talk to, there's an open communication. They needed to be aware of all the do's and don'ts of social media. Meanwhile, and they needed to make aware of that. Okay, in this world, whatever coming on social media is not real, so they don't have to and resilience.
I also think that parents need to get educated about digital literacy. Oh, I don't understand. I hear Indian parents say this all the time.
Oh,
I don't know what the Snapchat. Why don't you know it? Get on that platform, understand it, make an account on it so you can watch, and no private accounts. Make the rules, boundaries with the children meaning up to 18, whatever you guys want, as long as they're living with you, as long as you feel that the negative effects can happen, and make yourself aware of what of the dark side. Of course, the big tech companies are hating the social media ban. I wonder why. Understand this, parents. Why are they hating it? Because this is their future markets.
yeah.
This is what they're feeding in on. That's just a business proposition. Think about how much better your life will be without children on social media.
And interesting part is, yes, the awareness from the psychologists, child psychologists all around the world is being spreading about this, the harmful effects of social media, internet, digital world, for kids or teens. So I think and they're talking a lot about how the brain, gets these holes or get damages, like mentally, how you get a brain fog when you are on the screen or social media. So I think
and concentration levels are low.
Exactly.
No reading is happening. You can't sit for long. You can't watch a 1 hour movie because you're so fidgety.
Exactly.
Why? Also, parents, when you complain, oh, in our time, to koi ye mental disease nahi hota tha, nobody had depression, anxiety. Understand where that anxiety and depression is coming from.
Exactly.
Why are children today so young, as early as 14, 15, 16? There's no school pressure. Why are they getting depressed? Earlier, it was the kids who wanted to perform really well or fail. They would have this depression or a home situation. Now, kids in well-rounded homes are feeling this with well-rounded grades. Understand what the reason is behind this. Understand this. I think awareness is so important to why we want to ban social media, or why countries want to ban. Yeah, nobody.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's all on Talk to Us today. If you like anything about our show, do let us know in the comment section. Or if you have any topics that you want us to discuss on our show, that also you can let us in the comment section, or you can email us at hello@talktoustoday.com and let your friends know where to find us.
Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to stay notified of our new videos every week. We're changing the times around, guys. Today's Saturday. We're going to see what works for all of you. We've got some requests to change the times.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us on Talk to Us today. Remember to talk about Talk to Us today. Keep smiling, keep laughing, and keep talking. And go talk to your kids. Get on those social media platforms they're on.